Hey guys, so on a normal day I'll bring Agogo, or I'm not in that space. I'm sure we have all seen the video of the police guy, so-called, because I don't want to believe that's a policeman. I don't want to believe that big-bellied, that non-human human. I don't want to believe that that's a policeman. At some point in time, one of the guys who are in charge of police would have to come out and say, hey, it's a prank. Someone will have to come out. Before I lose my mind, someone will have to come out and say, oh, it's a prank. At some point in time, someone has to come out in Nigeria. Someone has to, there has to be like a point where everybody will come out and say, yo, it's a prank. See all your people. No, because it has to be. I have never seen this level of, okay, wait. So I don't know if you all have seen this video. I don't want to show this video because it's so gruesome. It's such a bad video to watch. But I'm going to attempt to show this video. But just understand that it's a very, very sensitive video.
I just don't get what I would say was wrong with him. You know, the police cannot attribute problem to spirituality.
Okay, so
but that may not be far from me because that.
I'm going to be honest. Yesterday when I saw this video, I did not play it because, you know, when there's so much things that's happening all around, and it gets to a point you just want to shield yourself. You want to shield your mental health from stuff like this. So when the video now started to come back and back and back, so I started to watch this video like a few minutes ago, and I tell you, I've never been so angry. And let me tell you a few things I'm angry at. Number one, all of the people that are standing around there, I don't want to believe you guys are human beings. Because if you are human beings who have the sense of humanity, if you are human beings who have humanity in you, you will not stand by. I don't care what that guy did. I don't know and I don't care what he did. But for a police officer, he tried the first time to shoot him. Everybody stood by. They were looking. Everybody stood. They were looking. Fellow police officers were there. They were staring at him. He was trying to fix. And this guy is begging. There is no sense of humanity. There is not single. We are doomed as a country. And a lot of times we like to say, oh, it's the government. Oh, we like to transfer bulk. And say it's them rather than us. But it is us. Because if you are a real human being, you will not stand by. And I don't care if he murdered someone right there and then, of which he didn't. But even if he did, you have no right. I don't even know if that's a police officer. Why is a police officer going around wielding a gun with mufti? With mufti. And now they have they interview these idiots. I'm not going to put with all due respect because I have no single respect for this idiot of a police PRO that they interview that has the nerve to say he cannot explain this in his 6 years on the force. Wait, let's cut this bullshit. All these things you guys do as though when you get caught on camera, you assume this is the first time that this is happening. Do you think we are fools? Last week, I say last week, I mean last month, they had these police guys where they got them on camera. They were obviously oppressing this guy. The only reason why they said we're taking this guy to Abuja is because they got caught on camera. And so, a lot of other videos flooded the internet. And people were saying, okay, this is a police officer doing this. This is a police officer doing this. You guys said nothing. But you come here and you say, in your 6 years of being on the force, this is the saddest. You're a liar. The only offense that this police officer committed is he was caught on camera. These things happen over and over again. I have been a witness. I remember 2020, we were driving, my friend and I were driving to the mainland. And at, what's it called now? Marina. These guys stop us, start to search. They don't say anything because we have the nerve. I mean, in my head then, in my space of mind then, as a lawyer, I can quote the law to policemen. They don't even know the law. They don't know any law. These are illiterates that are wielding guns. Illiterates that are wielding guns, wielding mics. Because how can a police officer, this incident I'm telling you of, this guy threatened us and told us that if it was not during broad day, that he would kill us and dump us here. He told me to my face. And I didn't believe him because I kept on arguing. Do they pulled up his pistol, shot in the air, in front of, he literally literally 5 centimeters away from my face. He shot in the air. This was 2020. This was in Lagos. Now, how much more in all the places where there's no media coverage, there's nobody with phones, where people assume that this is normal? Because from the reaction of those people standing around there, somebody was even saying, he get luck, he get luck. And these police officers did not come out and say, oh, he cannot explain this, it must be spirituality. Did you hear what this idiot, ignoramus says? It must be. So that guy has a spiritual problem. And you may sit down at home and think, oh, this guy is trying to cut corners. But this is a plan. He knew what he was going to say. He came out and he said it. And guess what? There are tons of people who sit down at home and think, oh, it's true. There is no such thing. We are the ones that we are under AD. Yes, in Nigeria we are under AD because we have no humanity. We are doomed. And isn't it saying that this is the religion capital of the world? And each time you guys come and you say, oh, religion teaches morals. Religion teaches morals. No, it doesn't. It excuses people from being moral. Because if you're moral, you would not stand by, watch them shoot a human being, not bat an eye. How do you know to say, he get luck? Then the police PRO come outside and say, oh, it must be a spiritual attack. We have no such thing as humanity. We are doomed. And until we begin to tell ourselves the truth about this thing called religion, about this thing called our government, until we begin to desensitize, realize that we have been desensitized, they have finished us, we are chained down. Mentally, we are chained. We are in mental chains because of this thing that is a tool. That is a tool. A tool of control that we think that is taking us to somewhere that nobody knows exists until we desensitize our minds that we go nowhere. This is the most ridiculous response I've seen in my life. I don't think this guy deserves to be